And welcome to this week's edition of the National Hour. I'm Jeff Hammersley. Alongside me, President-elect of Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio, the one and only Brandon Beam, and his roommate and also Ohio State football player, this star, Mike Bennett. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Ohio State's recently hired Larry Johnson Sr. from Penn State to be your defensive line coach. What are you expecting from him, and what are you looking forward to most about working with him?
I've heard a lot about Coach Johnson and how he's a big technique guy. He's a big players coach, so he's not really a guy who's gonna try to embarrass you or do anything like that. He's gonna get on you, but he's really just trying to look out for you and hope that at the end of practice you're satisfied with the way he coached and that he's satisfied with the way you practice. So I'm really expecting him to just be a technician and just make sure everyone on the D-line's a technician, and he's going to get after us and push us just like Coach Vrabel did. Loving really needs to get more of a role on the offense. He seems to be a pretty good playmaker for the Ohio State, and I think it's pretty important to get him more experience and just see what he can do, especially in the Big Ten. So by the time that the tournament rolls around, he becomes more productive. And another thing was I feel it's hard for me to put this much pressure on Amir, but it seems that when he has a good game, the Buckeyes win.
Do you guys like the comments that Richard Sherman made?
No, I don't. I think maybe it's just being an old offensive lineman and a defensive lineman my whole life. I'm not used to that kind of an ego because you don't usually find defensive linemen and offensive linemen who are going to talk like that and who will be that full of themselves. He's a great corner. I don't know if I remember seeing him get caught on in that game. More power to you. Let your game talk. You don't need to talk. If you're that great of a corner, you don't need to talk. This is Mike Bennett, and you're watching Buckeye TV.